Thanks for watching CBS 8 Plus and welcome to this Throwback special. I'm Carlo Cicchetto. With 75 years of broadcasting, we have seen it all in San Diego and been everywhere, including some of the most amazing homes the county has to offer. In this Throwback special, we dove into our CBS 8 archives and found Million Dollar Mansions, a series in 1979 featuring Allison Ross and some pricey local properties. We start out with Allison in La Jolla at the Gagosian Mansion. Built in the early 70s for about $2 million, it featured 33 rooms and almost 6 acres of land along the La Jolla Cliffs, just above Black's Beach.
It'd be 2-story. It'd have to have a staircase that went above the, you can see up to the ceiling. You'd be able to see the staircase and be able to look down into your front room. It'd have to have a gigantic fireplace.
Maybe a tennis court.
If I had $1 million to build a home, it looked like a mansion. I think it looked better than Queen Elizabeth house, or palace, or whatever she have up there. That's what I'd do. $1 million for a home.
Well, the Gagosian Mansion in La Jolla has probably everything you ever wanted in a home, including, below me, a 100,000-gallon Olympic-sized swimming pool. And if it's just a little bit too cold outside to go swimming, there is a fireplace built right into the swimming pool where you can relax, talk, sit around, do whatever you want. The grounds indeed are magnificent. 6 acres here to work with, and the owner has used them wisely. Built in 1972, the Gagosian Mansion sits on a bluff 350 feet above the ocean. And talk about views. I've seen nothing like it. Our cameras are looking westward from the rear of the house. In the foreground, a manicured lawn with private putting green, bordered by 6-foot-high slumpstone walls. You know, standing here is like being able to see forever. If only this lonely surfer knew how much he is a part of what makes living here so beautiful. The estate is very colorful. So many trees, tropical plants, and flowers. A house this elegant couldn't afford not to have them, I suppose. The landscaping is expertly done. On the north side of the house, a lighted tennis court, and adjacent to that, a place for relaxing in a circular alcove with a fire pit, all with an ocean view. The south patio overlooks a series of lava rock waterfalls and pools, with La Jolla Shores and Scripps Pier beyond. The roof of this mansion is an odd color, attractive but different. The greenish-blue tint is the result of 24,000 square feet of ribbed copper. Eventually, the rustic look will fade, and the roof will be completely green. The mansion welcomes you with an entry court that looks something like an art gallery. Huge mosaic murals line the walkway here, which leads to a bridge 78 feet long. The bridge crosses the pool, or the inner courtyard, and leads to double glass and bronze doors, which takes you to the living room. Home, sweet home. You know, I think the first thing you notice about the living room of the Gagosian Mansion is that it's so spacious. Oh, the decor is absolutely beautiful. Above me, for example, are 3 chandeliers, gold-filled, at a cost of $60,000 each. A fireplace stands 20 feet tall and is centered at the head of the sunken oval conversation area. Again, I stress the view. There is one from every room. Downstairs, the office of Kevin Rogan, who's lived here with his wife for about a year. And more fireplaces, these with bronze supports that keep this room warm, and the upstairs, which lies the master bedroom. The master suite is one of 7 bedrooms in the house, with 2 immense fitted closets, and through the hallway, the master bathroom, one of 12 here, complete with a sunken Roman tub of marble, a marble stall shower, and a wall of view windows. On the other side of the house, stairs lead to the dining room and kitchen area. Another chandelier graced with crystal looms above, and below, seating for 12 at an elegant table. The kitchen is fully equipped with a sunken breakfast room, 2 stoves, and gigantic refrigerator freezers. Now, some things you've seen and some you haven't, as we conclude our look at the Gagosian Mansion.
price went up. The last reference I found for that property shows it sold 20 years ago, 2005, for more than $23 million. Allison went east for this next home, John Alessio's Mediterranean villa in the La Mesa Hills. It was listed at the time for $1.75 million, and it's safe to say you're not going to find anything close to this today at that price. It had gold-laced furnishings and an amazing view. In fact, Alessio named his mansion Casa de Bella Vista.
This is the John Alessio home, a Mediterranean villa located in the hills of La Mesa. It's a mansion in its own right, a residence that reflects an art of construction that you rarely see today. The inside of this home is absolutely beautiful. But before we show you the inside, let's take our cameras outside. Outside, 66,000 square feet of usable land. A good portion of that is a formal Italian garden with an unbelievable view of the El Cajon Valley. Surroundings one would find very comfortable for entertaining or just relaxing. Equally impressive is the pool and jacuzzi area, rimmed with stone decking. And the columns, they're really striking, stark white and lining the pool in a graceful way. Lots of room for entertaining here. Adjacent to the pool, a cabana game room, complete with fireplace, pool table. Hey, quality property. We may be going a bit too fast, but there's a lot to show you. This perhaps looks like a guest house. Look again. It's a tri-level 400 square foot doll house, scaled to little people. Is that neat? The Alessio home itself is most impressive from the outside. A porticoed walkway lined by Grecian pillars brings you to the front door of a home worth $1,750,000. Inside, 5 bedrooms, 5 full baths, but first a look at this room, the living room. Keep in mind as you tour this home that 95% of the decor you see, whether it be this clock, or the piano, or this statue, is being sold right along with the home. The owner, John Alessio, who we'll talk with later, told me only the very small things that mean a lot to the family will go. What makes this home worth $1 million? Part of the reason there's a spectacular view from every room, and the feeling you get just walking through the place is one of space, and tons of it. The antique furnishings, of course, would up the price on any home, but in how many houses have you seen a marble-lined winding staircase lit by an enormous imported chandelier? Probably not too many. At the bottom of the staircase, a temperature-controlled wine room that holds 300 bottles and a step-down bar. Like I said, this place is great for entertaining. Meet John Alessio, a man who's lived here and loved it for 30 years. On the wall in the hallway adjacent to the wine room is a picture gallery. Alessio believes in savoring moments of his life. He does it with pictures.
Man of the Year for inventing the helmet. Here's my oldest grandson, a little rowdy doll, fine boy.
In the master suite, an exercise room, actually a portion of his bath, complete with steam room and fitted dressing room. And in her bath, a large sunken tub with an antique gold filigree railing. Much privacy and comfort to be found here. Luxury is probably a better word.
We have a sunken bath tub for Mrs. Alessio, and we have all the beautiful furnishings, and a lot of them are antiques that I brought up from Mexico City. And it's got a beautiful chandelier, and of course there's a lot of mirrors there, and a nice beautiful perfume bar.
The master bedroom, Alessio's favorite room if he had to choose, and it was perhaps because of this room that the house was named appropriately Casa de Bella Vista, or House of the Beautiful View.
There are a lot of pricey homes to be found in Rancho Santa Fe, and it's been the place to be now for decades. Allison took us to Casa de la Tierra, a 12,000 square foot home that was a tribute in many ways to Mexican artisans and culture. The family that built it called it their Camelot, and you could see it was a labor of love.
Beautiful, beautiful home. This is the home of John and Lucille Lindsay. It sits on 10 acres and is worth $2.2 million. John, I understand that the adobe in this home was made right from the earth.
That's correct. We made the adobe right from the property. for the total house.
Let's take a tour.
All right.
John Lindsay watched this house go up brick by brick. It took 18 months and 25 men working full-time to bring to reality a dream he and his wife have had for a long time. A home that would fit their needs and yet be a little more, and it is. The staircase is the first thing to greet you as you enter this home with Mexican colonial design, inlaid with chipped marble and Mexican tile. The Persian rugs give that added touch. As we ascend to the second level, we are met by a view window, and down below, a swimming pool, which we'll look at closely later.
We do most of our living in our bedroom, and we have an office here, and I do a lot of phone work, and we spend a lot of time in our bedroom, so it's something that suited us and our personality. We feel very comfortable with it. The feeling is just us, I guess. We did it all ourselves, and what you see is what we are, I guess.
Leaving the master bedroom, we enter a hallway that leads to the master bathroom. There, a jacuzzi that serves also as a bathtub, put together with, again, Mexican tile.
We play tennis and ride horses and are very active, and the jacuzzi takes all of the aches and pains out of it.
Just opposite this room at the west end of the second floor, a room for their little girl. The doors, antique, are really something. They open with a window effect, kind of like a hideout or a fort, and she loves it. All cabinets, dressers, and lamps here are paper mache'd to give the room a touch of femininity. Very intricate work indeed. As we left the upstairs to look elsewhere, my thoughts were that the place has such dimension. You can see from room to room, an open feeling that never leaves you. We are now entering what Lindsay calls the music library.
We've made our arches have indirect lighting in them, and our walls are from 16 inches to 32 inches thick, and the beams are all hand-augured and sandblasted, and our fireplaces have heatilators with fans on them. The tile came from Tecate in Mexico, and the Mexicans put it out to dry in the sun, and they bake it, and you can see where a rabbit or a coyote ran across this tile.
The floor is laced with oak to match the oak staircase, and in every room the tile pattern is different. A small note here, all of the doors in the house are antique. Some go back 200 years. The living room is simply decorated, but with elegance. Mexican art graces the adobe walls with a fireplace at the head of the room. And from here, through another hallway, doors that open to the kitchen.
Pedro, poner la pertomar su la mesa, por favor. Sí. Oh, está. Oh, okay, bueno. Gracias. I have 3 ovens, 3 conventional ovens, and I have 2 Jenn-Air complete stovetops, so there are 8 burners here. And just by overdoing everything, I've managed to have just what I need.
You will also notice that the kitchen ceiling is inlaid with Mexican tile. And there is a third level to the Lindsay home.
The wine cellar was the first part of the house to be built, as you might imagine, and it is rather large.
A lot of intricate things we haven't mentioned about this 5-bedroom, 5-bath home. Here are some of them.
The homes we've seen so far were relatively new at that point, but this next one had been around for decades by the time Allison walked through. As for the princess that had just moved in, by the time she got finished furnishing the 10,000 square foot home with big open spaces, she may have felt more like Rapunzel than Cinderella.
The Del Mar Castle over 50 years ago, Marston Harding, the original builder. And the castle today, now the home of Sander Shapery and his wife Judy.
Looking at the old pictures of it when it was built in 1925, about the only change that you can see on the outside is the fact that the shrubs are bigger.
It's the kind of place to be in if you've always wanted to be a princess.
I did feel like a princess entering this home. The place is so overwhelming, and it is constructed like an actual castle. Even the front doors are gigantic. Beautiful door.
Yes, these doors, we were told, came out of a castle in Spain. They're hundreds of years old, along with much of the stained glass and other doors, hardware in the place.
The Shaperies have lived here only 6 months, so they're in the process of remodeling and getting used to the combination of styles in the home. Sander describes it as a castle of Spanish, Moorish, and Gothic design. This is the living room, or...
This is we were told this is called the Grand Hall. The light fixtures came also from the castle in Spain.
I don't envy having to fill this room with furniture. The two have quite a job ahead of them, but they were ready for it. It was actually a very good time to show you the Shapery home, to be able to see and feel the immensity of the place. And the dining room, where even King Arthur would probably find it comfortable sitting at a square table instead of round, but the meals he might frown upon.
We celebrated the new table by having Big Macs for our first dinner.
Actually, we've been looking for some months to find a table large enough to fit the room.
You see, the Shaperies have 10,000 square feet of space to work with throughout the castle. This is just 1/12 of their worries, as there are 11 other rooms about this size or larger. The chairs, by the way, are the real thing, antiques. The seats are stuffed with horsehair, 200 years old.
The chandelier is solid bronze. Found that out banging into it a number of times before our table was here.
My first impression of the kitchen area, as we're entering here, is that it's not that old looking. It's actually very modern.
You know, the former owners several years ago had redone the kitchen, and then we added our own touches. We put in the commercial restaurant equipment for parties and cooking, things like that.
I don't cook.
She's a great cook, but takes some encouragement. I do a lot of cooking
Maybe
too.
2 times a month.
In the uppermost part of the castle, the turret room, or simply the library. A place that many years ago was used for reading or viewing the grounds. Today, it is defined as much the same. A huge winding stairway takes you back down to the main house. The staircase is absolutely beautiful. Have you ever had a staircase like this?
No, actually, our home prior to this was a little beach cottage in La Jolla, so it's a completely different way of life. But we're adapting, and it's fun getting into it and creating our own kind of lifestyle in this place and adding our touch to it.
Personally, I like this part of the house the best. I'm walking out onto the balcony that sits at the very top of the house. From here, you can see portions of Solana Beach, Del Mar, the ocean, you name it, it's down there. Such a view, which is part of the reason why this house is worth millions of dollars. And up on the balcony, they have a bell. I don't know what they use it for, perhaps breakfast time, lunch, dinner, whatever. It's kind of a neat little thing. We've seen a lot of beautiful homes in San Diego County this past week. You know, it's really been a lot of fun seeing the different lifestyles, the different ways the homes are put together, constructed. It's been very, very interesting. I hope it's been as interesting for you.
Allison said millions of dollars, but the price tag on that home, well, Sandy Shapery told us he actually got a good deal. Our Marcella Lee caught up with him a few years ago to reminisce.
I thought, boy, it'd be fun to own a castle. I always kind of looked at myself as a prince anyway, you know, so I thought it'd be fun to have it. So I ended up buying it in 1978, believe it or not. It was the most expensive home to sell in Del Mar, and the purchase price was $600,000.
No. Oh, my goodness.
1978, and since then, homes in Del Mar have gone for more than, $25 million. So gives you an idea of what's happened to Del Mar real estate in the last 40 years.
$600,000 for a castle in Del Mar. Wild. In the 90s, real estate in San Diego and all across the country really took a big hit. That may have been why realtors were so excited to open doors to our reporters to show multi-million-dollar properties. Lorraine Kimel in 1983 walked through a Fairbanks ranch home that was as custom gets From the handcrafted metal and wood to the personal gun range in the basement.
Don't let the realtor's small flag on this Fairbanks Ranch street fool you. There's nothing small about the house you're about to see.
Hello. Hello again. Hi. How are you? Oh my, it's right.
Starting with the oversized, hand-carved walnut front doors, moving through the massive marble-tiled, oak staircased entry hall, Austrian crystal, 24-karat gold fixtures, of course. This is every bit the modern mansion with artistic touches absolutely everywhere.
This is all copper, and you've got your bronze and the nickel trim. And each one of them are very different, but all of them have the same metals to them.
Nothing but the best woods in what is unmistakably the library. And that bookshelf over there doesn't just stand there.
And this goes back, and we go down to a 3-lane shooting range.
It's true. In the place where most folks hang their laundry or store the winter stuff, these folks sharpen their shot on their 3-lane shooting range.
You have a bulletproof viewing room. And
is that amazing?
It's unbelievable. Now, I don't know if the bullets would...
Back out in the hallway, a wine cellar, off limits for our tour.
We locked it, kept it locked because it's temperature controlled, and with all the agents coming in and out,
how many bottles are in there right
it'll
now?
hold at least 4,600. You've got the faux finish on the walls.
Tapestries?
Tapestries.
The master bedroom, one of 8 bedrooms, big like everything else in this place, with its own touches. A TV that comes down from the ceiling. You're lying in bed, you need a bottle of wine.
There it is.
Right here.
Plus the fridge.
Oh, if you need some ice in that wine.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of big, they don't just have any bathtub. But I think this would take you a night to fill up.
It would probably take more than a night. The water conservationists would probably be not very happy.
I would like that. There are 8 other full bathrooms. Oh yes, there's a sauna and the steam shower. Your in-home gym has every piece of equipment you could want and a shock-resistant floor to cushion it all.
This is the most exquisite craftsmanship I have ever seen. Honestly, it is.
Back on the main floor, your hand-carved walnut dining room and table. And next door,
we're on our way to the kitchen, and a connoisseur's delight it is.
To cook for you and your guests, a granite and copper-filled kitchen, pizza ovens and antique brick indoor barbecue at the ready. And next door, an enormous room.
This is a great, big, enormous room.
Clearly for the family that likes that backwoods feel on a big scale. This house sits on a lake, actually has its own beach, not to mention pool. $7.9 million, and it could be yours.
Is it worth 7.9? I guess it's worth what the buyer's willing to pay for it, and the seller's willing to accept.
But how do you sell a place like this?
I'm dropping my cards from helicopters over Beverly Hills and Newport Beach, Irvine, and hoping that I'll solicit some serious business, somebody to purchase this fabulous home, yes.
It was 1993. Our Larry Himmel took over the lifestyles of the rich and famous beat in 1994, and he found what realtors were calling bargains in Rancho Santa Fe. You could get an ocean view and 4,000 square foot home for under $1 million. That depressed price, a sign of the times. For those with bigger budgets, one property that felt more like a country club than a home, and a 9-acre property with an Art Deco pool.
Real estate bargains in Rancho Santa Fe. It sounds unbelievable, but it's true.
Yeah, houses that used to be $1.5 million you can buy for under $1 million. So, yeah, there's bargains.
So what will $1 million buy you in the ranch these days?
You've got about 4,000 square feet, marble floors, granite tile, great ocean view. Sold under $1 million, and it was only a 3-year-old home and over 5 acres. Well, this would have been unheard of a couple years ago.
Of course, if your tastes run a bit more pricey, you can find this little shack for sale right around the bend.
We're on 5 acres, and it's a beautiful, almost brand new house. It's a very state-of-the-art, subtly elegant house.
This isn't a home, this is a country club.
That's what it looks like. This house is listed at $8.6 million.
Looking for something a little roomier? This chateau is on the market.
It's about 12,000 square feet on 9 acres. It's about 3 years old, just beautiful big house. All the gold you see around, like gold leaf around the doors, is all real gold.
This home comes complete with a pool right out of some cologne commercial. And it's on the market today for?
$11 million.
But you're throwing in the gazebo at $11 million.
Absolutely free, and a tennis court.
If you closed this house today, if everything closed and you got your commission check, would you take tomorrow off?
I think I would. Might even take a week. Yeah.
All John needs now is a thrifty buyer looking for an $11 million bargain. Larry Himmel, News 8, Rancho Santa Fe.
Okay, now imagine being able to buy a home on the beach in Del Mar for $4 million. You couldn't get a quarter of a lot for that price these days, but in 1995, with the real estate market still struggling, our Larry Himmel found a beachfront home that offered a front row seat that was really good for harassing tourists out on the sand.
Well, it was originally built in the 1960s. It's an Italian Renaissance villa.
Picture yourself in an oceanfront villa.
It's 5 bedrooms, over 3,200 square feet on the sand.
This seaside elegance can be yours for a mere
$3.599. In the racing season, a home like this leases for about $7,000 a week.
You do this lovely. You could be a man.
I know. When you're nervous, you just, you know,
when you're doing that.
Maybe I'm Italian.
This villa comes with an incredible front yard. I feel windswept.
Oh, it is just in the sea, in the air. The race season is coming upon us, and we're just
walk to the track.
Walk to the track.
Luckily that the wind blows off the ocean and not from the track. It's a different smell altogether. And this is your front yard.
This is your front yard.
Get off of my lawn. This is my house now, please. Get off of my lawn. Thank you. Now you put that fish back.
This home is for sale. It is at a purchase price of $3.99 million.
All right, kids, I'm your new dad. Go to your room and clean it up. Now, I mean it. Can I borrow a cup of sugar? Cup of sugar. For the next 24 hours, this is a swimsuit optional beach. 24 hours only. Just do it. Have fun, kids. If this villa isn't for you, I've got a feeling that the houses next door may soon also be for sale after I spend a day on this balcony. Surfing is for locals only. All zonies off the beach. Thank you. And if you're not in the market to buy the beach, well, maybe something can be worked out. Ask us about our wonderful timeshare opportunities. Larry Himmel, News 8, Del Mar.
Finally, Larry got to tour a property where he felt more qualified to apply for a job than for a mortgage. It had a 1,000 square foot guest house and a 2-hole golf course. I think Larry was having dreams of turning the place into his own little caddy shack.
This isn't how the other half lives. This is how the other half of the upper 1% lives. Start with a 1,000 square foot guest house.
This is the guest house.
Your own private bridge and lake.
Lushly landscaped, nice and private, as you can see.
Your basic 7-car garage, 6-bedroom chateau, set on 3.5 acres.
It's just quaint, it's so European.
And out back, your own swimming pool and 2-hole golf course.
You don't have to go too far to have fun. It's right here in your yard.
Andrea, I don't know if I can afford the house, but I'd like to caddy here. Do you think you could set that up?
Of course you can.
And speaking of the house, it's 7,500 square feet.
The quality and elegance of the home is hard to beat.
It's the master bedroom?
Mm-hmm. It's very comfortable. You have your wonderful sitting area that just invites you. You have your fireplace that's just delightful that you can enjoy from your bed.
And check out this his and hers master bathroom.
You can get that makeup on first, brush those teeth before you have to...
have personal contact.
You got it. But you can meet in the shower, Larry. Come on down.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
All this elegance can be yours.
The asking price is $3.2 million.
A bargain?
A bargain.
I'd like to offer our viewers something very special. If someone were to call you today and mention our name, can we take like $49 off the total price?
Of course.
See, there's your discount right there.
Just tell them Larry sent you. Larry Himmel for KFMB News 8.
I'm not sure anyone cashed in on that deal. Thank you so much for watching this Throwback special. To see more throwbacks like this one on CBS 8+, you can click on the News tab at the top of the screen. I'm Carlo Cicchetto. We'll see you next time.